Okay, what I've got today is a beautiful example of a Mercury 2 from Univex, dated 1945. Now these are pretty rare cameras nowadays, especially in the UK, not so much in America, but these are well known because they've got a weird thing attached to them, which is a rotary shutter, which is why they are shaped the way they are. Now let me just try and find the little catch there in the back. Excuse my mucky table. Now if you look there, I'll see if I can do this with you watching. I'm winding the thing on. I'm going to hold that button there now. Oh, yep, maybe that was too quick. There we go. Right. See that? That is the rotary shutter. So you vary the width of the gap there to the shutter speed, which is pretty unique, and it has never really developed. So it's one of these sort of lost to time things. The back is pretty interesting as well, because it's got the most awesome exposure meter, which you can decipher if you've got enough time. I'm going to keep this patina on the back, by the way. It's just age, so you got a beautiful depth of focus thing here, which is really useful. And this camera can actually focus from 1.9 feet to infinity. The lens is a blah 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 blah. Let's have a look. Is a tricolor 35mm 2.7, so that's pretty quick for the 40s. What else have we got? We have a now the thingy for white, you have to excuse my dirty fingers. The thingy for my winding on the film is here, and you can only set the speed, the shutter speed, when you've done that. So let me just put this on its back, excuse me. So we have shutter speeds from 1/20th of a second to 1,000th. Oh yeah, I can't say that. 1,000th of a second. Plus we have bulb and timed, which work perfectly well. Now these are one of the most reliable cameras you can get from the 40s. There's not many others that will work with just a couple of dabs of oil. They always need a lot of attention and care. This one, all I did to this was put some clock oil on this here, the shutter dial, and also the winding dial here, and also sprayed a little bit WD-40 inside the lens, which may sound like a horror story, but the lens does come off pretty easily. Let's get that off. There we go. And if you look inside here, you can see the internal bits and bobs. So it's not going to affect anything. You can see the opposite side of the rotary shutter there. So long as that's wiped clean, it should be all right. I may not have had a bottle of wine before this, but who cares? There's the front depth indicator, depth of focus scale, which is really handy. And on the top here we've got one of the world's first hot shoes, and it will actually go with any shutter speed. The flash will go with any shutter speed up to 1,000th of a second, which is pretty good for the 1940s. You've got a remote shutter release here in this little hole. The shutter button's here, and it makes the most beautiful schluck sound when you release the shutter. And this is how you wind the film on. You got your film counter here. Let's hear that again. Shock. Ah, that's brilliant, that is. I love it. Again. It's pretty bulletproof. The viewfinder is very small. Now if you look at this side, it's not too bad. And you've got these two little prongs here. Now if you're taking a very close-up shot of somebody, you'd line up the person's head with those two prongs. If it's anything further away, then it's just, you know, normal viewfinding. Now you can see the viewfinder is absolutely tiny. Can't focus that there. Tiny viewfinder, but it does work surprisingly well. What else have we got? Right, here we have the lens. Now these are interchangeable, and there is a better lens than this, which was let me think, it was 1.7, I think. Yep, still 35mm, but I think it's 1.7, so that's extremely quick for the day. Right, let me pop that back in its hole. Just screws in. Right, hang on. Takes a long time to screw in. Now we've got the focus scale is from 1.6 inches. There you go, 1.6, which is pretty good, to infinity. And you change the focus scale by doing this. The focus by doing this. Moving this thing around. It's a bit stiff, this one. It needs a drop of oil. To change the aperture, you've got this scale here. Come on, focus. 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 Thank you. And it goes... Oh, no. Hang on. Can't see it from that side. It goes from f22 to f... Oh, what does it go to? 2.7, which is pretty good. I don't know, I just said that. I just told you it's 2.7 lens, but never mind. Right, to rewind the film, we've got a rewind knob here. There's no mechanism for stopping the film from double exposing if you accidentally rewind it or purposely rewind it. We've got a cold shoe here and a hot shoe there. As I said before, one of the world's first. What else have we got? We have a stand socket there. This button is to open the back, so let's pop that on there for a sec. And the back, it fits really flush. I mean, really flush. There we go. And this is the inside. The pressure plate here. This is a terrible video, but I've had a bottle of wine and I don't really care. There's your spool for putting the film on. Now these are a bit tricky. They do actually not catch quite often, so you have to be careful with this and sort of bend the film back over once you've put it in. And here we have the focus, the rewind knob. Yep. So all I can say about this camera now is that I'm going to take it on a run this weekend, and we're gonna try and get some decent shots. What I'm going to film this weekend is, let's see, Kodak Colour Plus 200. Now it's a reasonable film. It's not one of the best on the world, but I thought I'd try this in there. These film cameras were specifically aimed towards the colour market, so it'll be interesting to see how it does with a modern film in it. I've done black and white, and it's done pretty well, but you know, anyway, I'll leave it there because I don't want to go more than 10 minutes. So thanks for listening. Okay, bye.